Hey, Cowboys friends, family, what's going on? I'm here. It's time. Y'all see what it is? This is going to be the music for today. Hopefully y'all can hear this in the background throughout this whole visual, man. Let's get it going, man. It's the Cowboys 2017 draft recap. I'm going to give you guys just my thoughts, where we hit, we really didn't miss, and I got a lot of content for you guys. I'm not going to overwhelm you with content because, like I said, I got the breakdowns coming. Hold on real quick. Oh, let me give y'all a little bit more volume. My bad. Here we go. All right, so listen. I got the breakdowns coming of each one. Sorry, Outcast, Andre, big boy, y'all got to go for a second. I got the breakdowns coming, the film breakdowns from these guys and their highlights, what they do well. I'm going to knock out. I'm going to get started on those tonight. I already got Taco Charlton up. You guys go look at that. It's on my channel. I'm going to get a Chidobe in. I'm going to get Jourdan Lewis in. I'm going to probably have those up tonight. Then I'll recap Ryan Switzer, Xavier Woods, and Marquez White and try to find some tape on the rest of the guys as well. But nonetheless, this visual is just a recap as a whole of our draft, of our 2017 draft. And it's really, I'm not going to say it's easy for me to do this draft, but it's one that I think that I'll be able to give you guys, you know, a really good opinion on, because everybody's going to do recaps and grades and all this stuff. But are they really plugged in with the Cowboys like we do? The thing is, as a fan of anything you're trying to do, music, art, you could be a lawnmower, I don't know. The goal is understanding. So don't look at it. Look at it don't look at it from a mindset of we didn't get the guy from my school and I wanted him, or we didn't get the guy and this, that, and the third, because I caught myself doing that even with the Taco Charlton pick. Don't look at it like that. Look at it as having an understanding of what the Cowboys were trying to do, mixed with who we just lost and how we wanted to attack this draft. Last year, we hit the draft hard, hit knees, and you see how it paid off. We wanted to recreate 2014 with last year's 2016 draft. You drafted Ezekiel Elliott. You did some work on your defensive line, and then ultimately you had the steal of the draft with Dak Prescott. We see how that panned out. Remember, a lot of experts said that Dak Prescott was a career backup. One of my first videos, I said that the Dak Prescott pick was an A+ pick. You can go back and watch it, one of my very first videos. So, not to toot my own horn, but trust me, I know what this team is trying to do. I see these guys' skill sets, and I see, you know, with who we just lost, with everybody that we just lost, I think that the Cowboys are in very good shape. So, let's get right to it. I'm gonna grab some water because I'm gonna be talking to y'all for a minute. So I don't wanna get like I'm gonna talk to y'all too long, because I know people's attention spans get so obviously the Taco Charlton pick, defensive end Michigan. You gotta understand what the Cowboys saw in this kid. They saw length, they saw a guy that gets after the quarterback, they saw a guy that really his upside could seriously be, I told you guys once, it could be JPP. Just the way that he can get after the quarterback, the way he plays the run, he'll come in immediately and be a right end and won't give up much against the run. Some of these speed rush guys get blown off the ball as a run defender. That's not Taco Charlton. I love the pick. Go look at the breakdown that I gave. Cowboys fans, calm down. He's going to be something special. In the second round, pick number 28, number 60 overall. This is a pick that I really love because, you know, Chidobe doesn't have, you know, the measurables of a Kevin King, or he didn't have the fluidity of a Marshawn Lattimore, but I just see a good football player. I see a guy that can blitz. I see a guy that can make plays, cause turnovers. I see a guy that legit just loves the game of football, a cornerback that loves and is willing to tackle. He had like 20-something tackles for loss. You don't see cornerbacks playing like that. He plays dirty. He plays gritty. Like he said in his interview, he breathes football. That's what the Cowboys needed. And again, you got to think about who we lost. Mo Claiborne, Brandon Carr. We don't know what is going to be with Orlando Scandrick. They said they were trying to shop him. Of course, Jerry said that he wasn't, but I believe they may have been. You know, Scandrick is rarely healthy, and he hasn't been his 2014 self. Last year was hurt, wasn't, so that gave Anthony Brown an opportunity to step up. This is one of the themes in this draft, just throwing defenders at the DB at the secondary position. I loved it. So, round 3, pick number 28, 92. You look at a guy in Jourdan Lewis, and to me, this is one of our steals in this draft because Obviously, he had the domestic violence thing, so that may have slid him a little bit. But you can't tell me that there, are 92 players better than Jourdan Lewis. You're talking about a guy who played in the Big Ten, fluid hips. The thing that he does so well is play the ball in the air. Pass breakups are off the charts. He didn't have a bunch of picks this year, but he plays the ball. His football recognition and his football IQ is amazing. Playing for a guy like John Harbaugh, he was able to, you see it in the way he plays. Ohio State game had a bunch of breakups. He had that amazing pick against Wisconsin. I'll do that in his highlight breakdown. I think we knocked this pick off the charts. Who says we can't go, back-to-back corner? That's what draft experts say. The Cowboys clearly had a plan. We are going to throw as many secondary guys out there. Let's create competition. Who said Nolan Carroll's contract doesn't mean that he's going to be a starter. It's essentially a 1, maybe a 2-year deal. I love this pick. You're going to hear me say I love this pick a lot because, so that's the Jourdan Lewis pick. I think it's a great pick. Michigan fans, get in these comments. Let me know what y'all think. So now, let's talk about Ryan Switzer. And this is the offensive one that I say, wow. And I think we were going to try to draft Donnell Pumphrey. We weren't able to. I know a lot of Cowboys fans would have wanted us to get a running back behind Zeke. I believe that will work itself out. But this pick right here is off the charts. It's immediate, to me, an upgrade over Lucky Whitehead. I like Lucky Whitehead. I just don't love him. I don't know if his focus is always on football. He's on the Snapchat. He's doing this. He's doing that. Cool. You know what, Lucky Whitehead, you're a great personality. But this kid is a great football player. You've seen him do it in the ACC. Go watch his punt return not his punt return. He took a bubble screen against Clemson to the house. A defense that's filled with first-rounders. You mean to tell me that this guy can't do it in the league? I know he's small, but you're talking about his punt return ability, his wiggle. I said this in his breakdown video when we drafted him. You're thinking about a guy that basically is a more wiggled, probably not as good of a route runner yet, but a more wiggled Cole Beasley, and really can make guys miss. And what he can do after the catch is special. This kid is really, really special. Immediately will come in and help on special teams. This is Dallas. When you're 12-4, when you had a great year like we did last year, 13-3 rather, you're just throwing guys at the positions that you need. You're not trying to just go all out and draft a first-round quarterback. No. The Taco Charlton pick, the Xavier Woods pick, all these picks, Jourdan Lewis. You're trying to just build your team in subtle areas to come in and compete because we're trying to beat the Packers. The division, I get the division is getting better, and maybe you did draft for the division. Maybe you did draft these corners for, Odell Beckham. I get it. But the fact of the matter is we're trying to beat the Packers. We need to cover, and we need to get after the quarterback. And we need to have those 1 or 2 splash plays a game that could really help us. Now, moving on to me, which was the steal of the draft, Xavier Woods from Louisiana Tech. I wanted them to take him in the 4th. Even the 3rd, I wouldn't have been mad because I have a 2nd-round grade on this kid. To me, he is what Jabril Peppers should be. A guy who can come down and bang you and plays great in coverage and never looks out of position. And just a football player. Just a guy to me, just has the football knack, the football instinct. He will come down and crank you. And so normally with those guys, you see a player that, the ball's always going over their head or they can't play some single high. Xavier Woods can play single high. To me, the only knock on him is that he went to a small school. In his size, he's only like 195, I believe, 188. He teeters. The Cowboys staff will put some weight on him. I'm looking at him to challenge for a starting spot. Heath is cool. Kayvon Frazier, okay. And Byron Jones. Byron Jones is obviously our starter, but you're looking at a guy who can play in the box. Great tackler. I'm telling you, this guy is what Jabril Peppers is supposed to be, and he's probably a step below a Budda Baker. Budda Baker's a little bit more polished, and is probably a better coverage guy in the nickel, but nonetheless, I am extremely excited with this pick. And so, and just to wrap up the late rounds, Marquez White, probably a special teams guy, another cornerback who will challenge. Put these guys in a room and let them compete. That's what the Cowboys are trying to do. You're trying to churn the bottom of your roster. You're trying to get younger and create team speed and just create a grittiness, and that's what we did. Joey Ivie, again, probably going to be a 1-tech, I believe. Noah Brown. It's going to be hard because that's a crowded wide receiver room, but who knows? He made some plays. Zeke loves him, so let's see what happens there. And Jourdan, Carrell, DT from Colorado. Listen, at the end of the day, this draft told you a lot. It told you that Jaylon Smith, the Cowboys in that building, the Cowboys believe somewhat in Jaylon Smith, and they believe he's going to be healthy. They believe that our linebacking core is straight. They believe that we are going to have a very good rotation. That was the Taco Charlton pick, a rotational player who, if he can, you looking at him and David Irvin coming off the edge in the third quarter. Come on, y'all. When the offensive tackles are tired, you got to keep going up against different guys. This guy is a problem. So that was the Taco Charlton pick, a rotational player. Then you think about all the defensive backs we got, along with Ryan Switzer. I give this draft, to me, I don't like to grade it, and I don't want to sound biased, but this is, seriously, for what we were trying to do. If you understand what the Cowboys' plan was, and they clearly had a plan, we're going to throw players at our defensive back position, and we are going to let them compete. This was an A+ draft. Breakdowns coming soon. Highlights coming soon. I'm going to do an NFC East draft recap as well. I'm not going to do all the divisions. I can't even pretend to act like I know that much to give you a thorough breakdown. But of the NFC East, I will. It's your boy, Footz the King. Share this video around. I know it's a little bit longer, but I wanted to get in all that information. Breakdowns. Check my music out in the description box. Like, share, subscribe. It's your boy, Footz the King. Thank you for rocking with me this whole draft weekend. I will have the highlights coming to you soon. Loud and proud. I don't care if it's wrinkled. I pulled it out because it's time to go, baby.